So one day I get a call, I'm 17 years old. He's like, listen, kid, I just signed this band out of Florida called Backstreet Boys. I'd really love to take the song and have them record it. So I was always seen by Americans as an Indian. We always joke and say I was raised as if India in the 1920s. A songwriter is pretty much melody, lyrics, and chords, like the music. So as hip hop got dominant, producers started going, wait a second, if I've already created some music and you're rapping over it, I should be a songwriter as well. Pop stars, some of them wrote songs sometimes, some of them didn't. Michael Jackson wrote some of his songs, but then Rod Temperton and other people wrote other songs like Thriller and Off the Wall. The way you're conditioned in American business is you're not the artist, you're the songwriter. The artist is the person who sings the song. It's because it's a celebrity culture. In a country like Sweden, there's 100,000 people signed up for their IPRS. Here it's only 13,000. And creators, we just want to create. We just want people to hear what we do. All my dreams as a songwriter came true, and I had crazy amounts of money coming in. I could get access to any artist, every award show I was going, all the things that you think of. I was miserable. Ideas are here. They all float around us. And if you can be a vessel for an idea, what a blessing that is. In the West, if you have a big hit song, $2-3 million. If you have a mega smash, you're looking at $5-6 million. A Bad Bunny song in Latin America is a Bad Bunny song in America. The rhythms, that's what makes it infectious to the rest of the world. I think we can learn from K-pop, especially when it comes to feeding a youth fan base. No one will or should care more about your career than yourself. Achievement and self-worth should never be connected. What's said in the studio stays in the studio.
हाय फ्रेंड्स, एक बार फिर से स्वागत है आप सबका द म्यूज़िक पॉडकास्ट में। आज के हमारे गेस्ट इंडिया से ताल्लुक़ रखते हैं, गुजरात से ओरिजिनली, लेकिन वो एक अमेरिकन सॉन्ग राइटर है और रिकॉर्ड प्रोड्यूसर भी है। मेरे ख्याल से वो इंडियन एक्सेंट के सबसे ज़्यादा सक्सेसफुल सॉन्ग राइटर है इस दुनिया में और स्पेशली वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड में। उन्होंने काफ़ी काम किया है अपने करियर में, 300 से ज़्यादा गाने किए हैं और उसमें से तकरीबन 25 से ज़्यादा टॉप इंटरनेशनल आर्टिस्टों के साथ उन्होंने काम किया है। 35 सुपर हिट उनके गाने हैं। उन्होंने एक गोल्डन ग्लोब नॉमिनेशन उनके पास है। उन्होंने 2 बिलबोर्ड म्यूज़िक अवार्ड जीते हैं। उन्होंने 9 BMI अवार्ड जीते हैं। उनके 17 ग्रैमी नॉमिनेशंस हैं और उनके 23 एस्केप अवार्ड्स जीते हैं उन्होंने। तो कुछ नाम मैं आपको बताता हूँ। DJ Got Us Falling in Love with Usher, Can't Feel My Face by The Weeknd, Problem Side by Side, No Tears Left with Ariana Grande, Love Me Like You Do with Ellie Goulding, What Makes You Beautiful with One Direction। ये कुछ सुपर हिट गाने हैं जो उन्होंने किए हैं। इसके अलावा उन्होंने ऑलमोस्ट हर टॉप आर्टिस्ट के साथ काम किया है। ये आर्टिस्ट उन्होंने बताया ही आपको। इसके अलावा डेमी लवाटो, जस्टिन बीबर, मरून 5 टू नेम अ फ्यू। इतने सक्सेसफुल सॉन्ग राइटर्स हमारे साथ हैं, ये हमारा सौभाग्य है। हमको आज बहुत सारी बातें सीखने का मौका मिलेगा, लेकिन उसमें एक कैच है कि आज हम सारी बातें इंग्लिश में करेंगे। इट्स गोना बी अ कॉन्वर्सेशन इन इंग्लिश। आप लोगों से रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप जब ये देखेंगे तो आप ट्रांसलेशन यूज़ करें और इट विल बी फन, यू विल बी एबल टू लर्न अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स। Savan, welcome to the music podcast.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being such a sport. We just casually connected 2 days back.
Yeah.
And here we are. Thank you so much for being here. And congratulations for you to be doing so much of work in the West. And your parents are from Uganda.
Yeah, so Gujaratis from my grandparents were Porbandar. They went to Uganda. My grandfathers went first and then brought in everyone else. And they went through the Idi Amin regime in the 70s when they got kicked out. And everyone went, my grandmother went back to India for a while. Everyone went to the UK, to London and Leicester and Manchester. And then my parents were the only ones that went to the US.
You know, it feels great when you're the second generation who is not in India. You're not born in India. You're not raised in India. But you still feel that Indian connection. You call yourself as an Indian.
I'm beginning to see, that looking back, in America especially, and I think in England, it's so, in a way, segregated with race and culture. So you're not an American, you're where you're from. So I was always seen by Americans as an Indian. And also, the way we were raised was, when Indians came to America in the 70s, they found their Indian community, and that was their family. So you're raised within an Indian community. In fact, when my parents, they worked for IBM at the time. So when they would be transferred from IBM, all the Indians that work at IBM would come together and collectively go say, okay, we want to be transferred here. So then the Indian community would move together. So I was raised as if India, we always joke and say I was raised as if India in the 1920s, right? Because my grandparents came over, they raised my parents as if India in the 1920s, and then my parents raised me and my sister that way. And very conservative. So like when the India today, is very liberal compared to how we were raised and how a lot of the Indians, second generation Indians of my family, friends and fans were raised, So it's really kind of fun to see,
So, anyone who's working in India in the music industry, everybody dreams of doing something at an international scale.
Yeah.
Somebody who's aspiring to be a musician also has that dream. Yeah. But somebody who's achieved everything in India also somehow has that dream, of doing something. But not too many people really have an access or a clear information about how the system works in the West.
Yeah.
And I've been in the management scene for a very long time, but we also have our own myths, We have very limited information. So I would actually request you to go to the very basics and explain us actually how things actually works in the West. In fact, there are a lot of terminologies which we don't use in India. So in India, we typically know that there is somebody who writes the melody.
Yeah.
We call him as a music composer or music director.
Yeah.
There is somebody who writes the song lyrics. He's called a lyricist. Yeah. Someone who lends his vocals is called a singer. And who plays, specific instruments are the musicians. And recently, in the last 10 years or so, we have music producer who is not composing the melody, who's working on the production of the song.
Yeah.
And then there is a mix and master engineer. These are some terms which we all understand. But when we go to the West, we hear a lot of terms, songwriter, record producer, and a music producer, how he or she is treated in India and in the West is a very different thing.
Yeah.
We also assume that all the songs are actually composed and written by the artists who are featuring in the song. I'm sorry, I'm going like in the little ABCD and the basic grammar, but I think that's more important for everybody in India who aspires to go internationally. Yeah. What do each of these terms means and how does the process actually work?
So obviously there's never set rules for anything, but I'll go through the basics. So in the States, and it has evolved over time. So when I first started, a songwriter, we don't really separate it as composer and lyricist necessarily. I think in Hollywood, they still credit some things as that, but you still put everyone on everything, right? A songwriter is pretty much melody, lyrics, and chords, like the music. They're all mixed in as songwriter. When I first started, that and a producer was very separated. So if you wrote a song and then someone was actually going to produce it, put a beat to it and things like that, those were separate jobs with separate payments. As hip-hop became dominant in America and hip-hop producers would be, so hip-hop was done by producers doing the beat and like making what we call a backing track. And then rappers would rap over that backing track. So as hip-hop got dominant, producers started going, wait a second, well, if you're rapping, if I've already created some music and you're rapping over it, I should be a songwriter as well. So as that and the digital age developed where people were selling less albums during the Napster time when it was illegal downloading all in piracy, producers were saying like, wait a second, if we're important in this process and we're earning less money. And if you're writing to our music, because songwriters in pop started writing, not all the time, but started, writing with producers in the room. So the producers would do chords, make a beat, and then the songwriters would write their melodies and lyrics on top of that. So those producers were saying, wait, we have to be songwriters as well, because we're an integral part of this process. So they started taking songwriting credit. It's gone a little overboard now where if somebody just does a drum beat to a song, they want songwriting credit. But that all happens because sort of hip hop developed, at least from my point of view. So now it's at a place where songwriting and producers are songwriters because they do the beat and the track. And then they'll get a separate fee for being producers, looking after the files and all of that stuff. So that's how it sort of works now in the States. So you'll see a lot of people credited songwriter and producer. That's because they did what in India you would just call the producer. But in America, they also get credit as songwriters.
So songwriting is like a team effort in the West where there might be multiple people in it. And do they get the royalties and the split in the equal manner? Like if there are there's a beat producer, there is one who's writing the lyrics, there is one who's making the melody. Does three of them gets an equal share or it has to be divided accordingly? So
legally it's 50-50, like lyrics are 50, but that's not practice at all. So it tends to be, and when you see a lot of names in the song, because Western pop music is super collaborative, you tend to, if you have the same group of collaborators, you tend to split it equally just because, one day you're doing most everything and another day that person had the idea that you came off of. So just to keep the peace, people tend to do quite equally. And then there'll be times where someone will come in and say, oh, that's really good, but you should change this. And then maybe that person you don't split equal with. You'll maybe give like 5% of the song because they made one little change, But if at least me and my collaborators, we tend to work that like, okay, if we were in the room and started the song, we're going to split equally because what we don't want is we don't want ego to get into the way and greed to get into the way. So we don't want it to be like, well, if I take his suggestion on the lyric, if he has a lyric line that's better than mine, I'm just going to say it's not because then he's going to take my share, right? So we've learned, again, at least in my circle of friends and collaborators, we've learned to just, you make it equal so ego does not enter the room. The best thing is what's best for the song. And that's why I think sometimes you have 6 people in the songwriting of a song. Yeah. It's never really 6 people, in the room. It could literally be that the record company didn't think the production was right. So they send the production to somebody else and the guy just changes some drum sounds. And now that person says, I won't change the drum sounds unless I'm also credited as a songwriter. So that type of stuff is why you see and all of them become the songwriter and they get the royalty and they get the royalty and they own a piece of the copyright. So in America, that's a big difference. There's not paid for play. That happens in music scoring, but not like in songwriting. So this buyout doesn't happen with American artists. You get to keep your copyright and you earn royalties and success. But then the downside to it, especially in the streaming era, is that you only get paid in success. So, if the song doesn't work and you spent a week on that song, you get nothing. So, other than maybe a few dollars here and there. You mentioned 2 great, very important things. One, the lyricist and the melody producer who is doing the melody, they don't actually get paid a fees. No. And they only get money from royalties when your song is being played on Spotify or YouTube. Radio. Yeah, mostly the radio. Yeah. And that's where you get the money from. Yeah. And you might be getting some money for the expenditure for sure. The expenses which you do while making the song. No. None at all? No. If you travel, a lot of times they'll pay for your travel. But it's backwards that way in those places. It's in the West, it's, if you do something for a film, you'll get a fee, right? But if I'm working with a big American artist and I'm going to go to the studio on my own expense and, because they're going to write a lot of songs or they're going to be a part of a lot of songs and at the end they'll pick what makes the album. So if your song doesn't make it, that's tough luck. That's how it works there. But the best part which you also mentioned is that all the songwriters owns the copyright of the song forever. Yes. So all the songwriters own the copyright. So the good part of that is that in success, If you have a big hit, and if you're lucky enough to be the ones that have a hit or have many hits, you can be set for a lot of your life with those hits, and then you own them. So if you ever wanted to, you could sell them to a company, or you keep them and you can pass them on to your kids so they continue to get royalties. And that's the wonderful thing of that,
And in fact, when you deal with the publisher, because generally all the songwriters are signed to a publisher.
Yeah.
And the music label only owns the recording or the master rights of that specific product.
Yeah.
But you own the underlying rights forever.
Yes.
And when you deal with a publisher, the publisher is also not taking away the rights from you. They are just doing the administration in a way.
Yeah, so you can do what they call admin deals and just do administration, where they're basically collecting the money, or you can do a full publishing deal, which in America, the standard is 25-75. So if you split it, it's 50% publisher and 50% to the songwriter. You'll still keep 25% of that publisher share. So you do what they call a co-pub deal. That's what it's called. And so you co-own the publishing with the publisher, and eventually you'll get the piece that the publisher owns. In most publishing deals, depending on what you negotiate, you tend to get that back after a certain amount of years. So and that is called a retention period. So if you have a short retention period, say, 7 years, that means after you're finished your publishing deal, after 7 years, the publisher gives you back their share of the songs. So in that way, it's really quite good. I think being here now and understanding how things are done here, I actually kind of feel that a middle ground is actually a great way to do it, where the writer can have the option. Do you want to take a fee, or do you want to keep your copyright? If you want a fee, then great, take the fee, but then we take the copyright for an X amount of years. And if you don't do a fee, then you bet on the song, right?
I think what you're saying is music to my ear. And honestly speaking, I can say confidently, not more than 2% people in the music industry actually know how this works in the West. Because I also didn't know this in this detailing.
Yeah.
And in fact, all these artists, primarily the singers are called the artists, the performing artists. Are they involved in the process of songwriting as well?
More so now than before. Before you had your singer-songwriters, that was like a genre. And then you had your sort of pop stars. And the pop stars, some of them wrote songs sometimes, some of them didn't. If you even go back to like Michael Jackson, right? Michael Jackson wrote some of his songs, but then Rod Temperton and other people wrote other songs like Thriller and Off the Wall and stuff like that. So nowadays, it's changed where a lot of artists want to write, even if they're not songwriters. They at least want to be a part of the process, so they have their voice in there. We can debate if that's always good or bad, depends on the artist, because then you have to deal with another person's taste. And it's like being an actor, right? If you're a great actor, it doesn't mean you're a great screenwriter. It's different skill sets. And there's the Ed Sheerans of the world, Weeknds, Ariana, Taylor Swift, there's people like that who are amazing songwriters as well as they are singers and performers. But then there's some that are not, and you just have to, it's a personal thing, whether you want the artist in the room, if you want to work with an artist that doesn't really write, and that's the struggle, I think, for songwriters in the West, is that, the industry has sort of shifted things where in India, I think the composer is quite celebrated in a sense. Like the public knows this is this person's song, this is great, right? And I think in the US, the songwriters in the pop business, the songwriters are sort of on purpose meant to be hidden because it's a fantasy that they want the pop stars to be in front, and they want the pop stars, they're the celebrities, and they want the audience to believe what the pop stars are singing are coming from them, not from a bunch of people in the studio. And so it's a different, I guess, mindset, of how the audience is conditioned to understand it.
I think a lot of my myths are getting busted today.
Yeah.
Because we always thought the other way around.
Yeah.
We thought that the composer and lyricists in India are not that celebrated like they're celebrated in the West, but maybe it's my lack of knowledge.
It's we're the bottom of the totem pole. It shouldn't be because everything is built off the song. And that's the fight that American songwriters in the West are continually fighting.
In fact, I was surprised when I saw your Spotify profile yesterday.
Yeah.
I saw that the songs which you have done, there are more than 10 songs which has more than 1 billion streams.
Yeah.
Streams, I mean, not even YouTube music. Spotify streams, more than 1 billion streams. And if you actually get a credit on all those songs, then you will be one of the most heard artists in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, your songs are so popular and they are being streamed every day. But none of the songs you have a credit.
Yeah.
And in fact, on YouTube, I went to all the songs.
Yeah.
It doesn't mention anything apart from the name of the artist.
Yeah.
Like in India, we have a culture that we mention everybody's name, especially on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's everything. Who's edited, who's the manager, composer, producer, the one who's played the guitar. You know, we credit everyone on the YouTube. And obviously, YouTube, on the main credit, there are only 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
But apart from singer, the composer and the lyricist have also started getting the credit. Earlier, they didn't used to get credit.
Yeah.
Then the composer started getting the credit. Now on Spotify as well, you always generally have a composer and lyricist as the main artist.
Wow.
So if you open your Spotify app and you name any composer or lyricist in the country, you will see that they have 10 million monthly listeners, 20 million monthly listeners, or 5 million monthly listeners, because they're tagged as the main artists on that. And I was actually shocked and surprised. We thought, we were always thinking of the Western market to be more fair to the artists, composer, writers, because we always knew about the royalty, because that's definitely they are fair in that way.
Yeah.
The composer owns the rights and stuff like that. Also, maybe the market is so big because the Indian market, including publishing and master, of all contents released in India is about, I think, $400 million, $500 million at the max.
Wow.
But whereas the American, the Western market is huge.
Yeah.
And that's where we draw the comparison and we think about. But I realized after listening to you and after seeing these things, that in terms of treatment of artists, you know, our market is fair compared to the Western market.
I would say in that sense, it's definitely fair. Like when I go back and I start telling people that about like the artists, because I don't even know who made my artist, because I don't, the way you're conditioned in American business is you're not the artist, you're the songwriter. The artist is the person who sings the song. Those things are very separate. They can do live shows, they get their own artist stream because they're the stars, because it's a celebrity culture. So it's, the 40-something-year-old songwriter writing words and melodies to an Ariana Grande song, the public doesn't want to see that. They want to see Ariana Grande, and they want to believe, they want the artist to be the front of it, because it's such a youth culture, celebrity culture thing that drives popular music. And I think in film, and I wonder if it's because it's film music so much here. So a lot of Americans will know, for example, who John Williams is, who does like the Steven Spielberg scores and a lot of the massive classic movie scores in the West. A lot of people will understand who John Williams is. But with pop songwriting, the average person will not know who, unless they're a fan and they look, unless they're a music person, like the people in this podcast are interested in music, then they'll look who wrote songs.
True.
But historically, it's not in the interest of the American music business to put the songwriter up front, because the artist, they own the artist's rights. They want to make live shows with the artist. They want to do brand stuff with the artist. And if the songwriters are part of that, it's not the same thing they can market, right?
I think because we don't get money as composers and lyricists, we don't own the rights at all. In the films, not at all.
Yeah.
In the independent space, now people own the rights.
Yeah.
And even if you own the rights, the numbers are so low in India still. Maybe that's why we are being compensated by giving the
Yeah. Because will they get
credits.
artist royalties as well?
Yes, but the royalties are very small.
Okay.
See, understand the whole market is small.
Yeah, no, understood. That's what I'm learning so far.
Because we hear stories like somebody wrote 4 songs in their life and they bought an island.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no story like that in India.
No.
There are artists, there are composers who have composed 100 super hit tracks, and they got nothing because they got nothing from the producers. Now they get nothing from the royalties as well. In fact, Javed Akhtar, one of the most successful, legendary lyricist of this country, he and other people fought, and after 2012 there was an amendment passed. Earlier, they didn't even used to have the artist share.
Wow.
So when a composer used to write for films,
Yeah.
Entire publishing, copyright, everything was owned by the producers and then the labels.
Yeah.
And eventually that came in 2012, an amendment that now the artist share can't be bought.
And that includes the songwriter share, right?
Yeah, the songwriter share. That's the artist share. Sorry, I mean, when we say artist share, I'm meaning the songwriter's share.
Got it.
So now IPRS represents the publishers and the composers and the lyricists. So whatever money they collect, 50% goes to the publishers, which are primarily the labels.
Yeah.
They work as a publisher as well. And now the composers and lyricists have started getting some money, which is obviously growing.
Yeah.
But it's way far ahead or different. But they still don't own the content.
Yeah, see, that's one of the things that I've been learning while I've been here, because this trip for me has been an educational trip, because we'll go into that, I'm sure, in a minute. But it does seem that more writers need to be a part of the IPRS. I think, from what I'm understanding, there's around 10,000 writers.
About 13,000.
13,000 in a country like Sweden, which is like only 8 million people, maybe 9 million people. There's 100,000 in the Swedish. In Sweden, it's called STIM. So in a tiny country like that, there's 100,000 people signed up for their IPRS. Here, it's only 13,000. So I think what will need to happen is more writers need to be aware that they have to sign up for the IPRS. They have to be a part of that, because then IPRS will then have more leverage to demand higher rates and demand that songwriters get paid. Because where I think, again, I've been here a week and I've just been meeting all the sort of players. I'm a true believer that India has so much musicality and melody and musical gifts to offer to the world that haven't been utilized for so long. And until there's a structure business-wise where songwriters can thrive, the people that create the music can really thrive, the world is going to not be able to touch the music here, and the people who have all these gifts here won't be able to spread it to the world. And they won't have the confidence to do that because they're not used to getting paid. Because to be an artist, to be a writer, to do these things is a risk to take, right? Every time you create something and you want to put it out to the world, it's a risk. There's a bravery to being an artist. And if there's no example of that, there's any type of reward, because we all live in the real world, there has to be some monetary reward so you can earn a living, you could feed your family. If there's no evidence of that, how are we going to encourage people to take that risk? So what I'm hoping is that we can all encourage writers to join the IPRS. We can all encourage writers to know what their rights are, to understand that if you take that risk, if we can all take that risk, then we'll be able to build an industry, everyone here, that where Indian music can spread around the world.
Well said, and I think this is a must. In fact, IPRS is also trying their level best to do that.
Yeah, because I always say this about the music business. I don't know the history of the music business in India when it really became a business, but I would say in America, the music business, because it wasn't attached to film, was founded by, right? It was founded by people going, hey, black musician on stage, do you want this? Do you want a car like this? Well, sign this contract and I'll make sure I'll give you a car. And creators, we just want to create. We just want people to hear what we do. We just want this hole in us that because all creators are they have a hole in them that they need to fill by creating and getting validation, right? So they just want to create. They don't care about the other stuff. They just want to create. And what I say is foundation of the music business is to take rights from artists for little reward to the artist. That's the foundation. That's how it was founded. And the opportunity in India is because non-film music is very sort of still fresh, right, and new. We have an opportunity to build it fair to the artists, to build it fair for the creators of the actual music, because without the creators of the music, you don't have anything. Nothing is there. What's there?
So, just being greedy on behalf of all the artists, are you planning to do something in India?
I'm learning. My intention right now is to understand and to encourage the artists and the songwriters and to whatever I can do to educate, because my whole life, and I can tell you a story if you want.
Sure. We love stories. We're a country of stories.
So, I was raised in a very traditional Gujarati family and very Gujarati community. The cliche thing of you hear about second generation and cliche thing, my parents wanted me to do good in school, be a doctor, be a lawyer. There was no other option. When I was 15 years old, I found music. Found writing songs, and I would write songs and everybody would go to bed at night. I would take my sister's old keyboard and I would just play chords and I would write songs. I didn't even know what I was doing. I was actually too lazy to learn other people's songs. So I would just write my own melodies. And I would do this every time everyone went to bed. And it became like an obsession, right? Something happened, something clicked in me. And one day I was watching the show Full House. And there was a character named Uncle Jesse in Full House. And he had a studio. So I would watch Full House and I'd be like, that's kind of what I'm doing. So that's what that is. So I started reading about music and music creation, and in school I got into choir. So there was some, at the time in America there was these big acts called Boys to Men, like vocal harmony groups that were having big hits, and we were big fans of Boys to Men. So me and 3 friends were like, well, we should harmonize. We would be in the bathroom like harmonizing and doing Boys to Men songs. And I would be like, well, I have some songs I wrote. Do you want to, sing? So we started singing my songs that I wrote. And we started getting a little bit popular in my high school. And now my parents started figuring out that because my grades were getting really bad, because what I was doing is I was skipping class and I was going to the choir room and I would just be on the piano. And every lunchtime, people would surround me and I'd be on the piano singing new songs that I wrote. And I started like, oh, maybe I should do something with this. So I went and started reading books about the music business. I didn't really know much about the music business, but I found a book that had addresses of all the music publishing companies and record labels. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do something. So I'm going to get a record deal. I'm going to get a record deal for me and my group. So I spent all my money on blank cassettes and envelopes and stamps. And every day I would try and record a demo. So I'd press record on a tape deck. I'd play something on the Yamaha keyboard. I would steal my sister's tape deck from her room and I'd put the tape in there, push play, and I'd push record on, and that's how I'd make my demos. And I would just send random, I didn't even know who these companies were, random addresses. So one day I get a call, I'm 17 years old, and I get a call from a guy. I'm getting ready for school, 7:30 in the morning. I pick up the phone, the home phone, nobody's home, my parents went to work, everyone's there. And this guy goes, hey, this is Dave McPherson from Jive Records. Is Savan Kotecha there? I was like, yeah, this is Savan. He's like, hey man, listen, I don't know how your shitty demo got on my desk. My assistant must have put it there. But there's actually a song on here that's pretty good. I was like, oh yeah. He goes, what is this? Did you write it? And I was like, yeah. He goes, by yourself? And I was like, yeah. He's like, how old are you? I was like, I'm 17. He's like, are you published? I was like, no, but I'm trying to, I don't know what publishing is, but I want to get a record deal from, I have a vocal harmony group and we're got a record deal. He's like, listen, kid, I just signed this band out of Florida called Backstreet Boys. And if you're not published, I'd really love to take the song and have them record it. I was like, listen, sir, I want to get a record deal for my band. Like, is there any way we could talk about that? He was like, well, is it you singing on the tape? I said, yeah. He goes, well, you're not the greatest singer. But he goes, that's not the big problem. Because I want to be honest with you. I'm a Black American, so I'm saying this with utmost respect and just to be real with you. I can tell by your name you're a different ethnicity. I said, yeah, I'm Indian. He goes, listen, kid, no girl in Wisconsin is going to put an Indian guy on her wall. You should just be a songwriter. Changed my life. From then on, I was like, well, I guess that's not an option for me because I'm Indian. And I went through living that way, waiting for a time when the world in the West would be ready for my culture, for people that look like me, to make music for them, right? And my whole career, I was the only brown guy in the room, my whole career. Once in a while, you'll see it, we talked about it, once in a while to be a music executive in the UK, that, that would be like a connection there, like, oh, my whole career, the back of my head, I always said, one day that's gonna happen. And then I go through my life, I go through career, I've been so lucky, I had so much success. And, around 2019, at the height of my success, it was amazing. I was like, all my dreams as a songwriter came true, and I had wife and kids and crazy amounts of money coming in. I could get access to any artist, every award show I was going, all the things that you think of. I was miserable. I went through my days faking being happy. Everything I thought that would fulfill me didn't fulfill me at all. I found myself in a really bad depression. It was dark. I found myself I had an exit plan. I was preparing finances, so it would be easier for my wife and kids, so they wouldn't have complicated royalty streams. I sold a catalog. I did all these things to simplify everything because I was gonna be out of here. I was gonna be gone. I had a date and I knew exactly, that's how far it went. And luckily, an artist friend of mine caught me. An artist, I won't say who it is because it's just for her privacy, a big star, spoke to me on the phone one day, are you okay? I think you tell something is off. I was like, I just feel numb. For some reason, that moment I opened up. She was like, hold on one second, I'm gonna call you back. She called me back and said, call this number, this is my therapist, you need to talk to someone. Luckily, this one person caught me at this moment, and this therapist helped me, and everything came out. And I was keeping everything inside. My wife didn't know, nobody knew. I had good friends, because I would be like, what happened was, through my upbringing, because it was really difficult, it was hard to be the Indian guy in the room. It was hard to be like the black sheep of the Indian community, like when I was growing up, after all my friends went to college and I was like trying to make it, my mother was so sad, there was so much sadness that I wasn't like all the other kids, so I lived with that guilt, and I couldn't go to the grocery store without some auntie stopping me that would see me and be like, what are you doing with your life? Or a cousin calling me, all those things. So when I finally got a chance to make it, I just ran, and I was like, okay, and if this happens, it'll be happening, this happens, And when I got to the top, I looked back and I was like, I'm miserable. Because achievement and self-worth sort of got tied together. This is the second generation problem as well, because unintentionally, my parents put achievement and self-worth, right? They put their hopes and their standing in the community was based on what their children did. So going into music, and the reason why they felt that way is because there was no representation. They couldn't look at another Indian in the West in the music business and say, oh, okay, he did it. So yeah, do what he's doing. I was the only one, right? So my mission in life, after I recovered from the depression, I took 2.5 years off, and I realized, what do I have to do? What I have to do is make sure that I'm never going to be the only brown. The next me will never be the only brown kid in the room. Look at the culture we come from. Look at the gifts of sound and instruments and melody that the culture we come from has to offer to the world. I'm never going to whitewash where I come from. There's an opportunity now, and where I sit, there's an opportunity to lift everything up and to open the floodgates. And it's time now.
When we were talking, I was so engrossed in what you were saying. You actually lived Indian life in the West.
Yeah.
Because there are thousands of kids who have the same life and the same problem. And it doesn't matter how talented you are or what you want to achieve in life. Yeah. You're always waiting for the parents' validation.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing. And sometimes gets into your head.
Yeah.
So even when you achieve and be on the top of your, life and career, you sometimes still miss those validations, and it kicks back. And I think that's the reason, because there can't be any other reason for you being depressed.
Yeah.
No,
it's that's the thing. It's you look and I learned, it was wonderful, and I wonder if people can relate to this. I learned to have empathy for my parents and why they felt the way they felt. My mom, they went from Uganda. They got kicked out of Uganda, probably never dealt with that trauma. She wanted to live with her family in London because of the culture. My dad was like, no, we're going to America. And you have to follow your husband to America, arranged marriage back then, right? So nothing was what she wanted. So even though I'm successful and I bought her homes and cars and all these kind of things, it's still not the way she wanted it. And that you have to just say, okay, I accept this is not what you wanted, and put it there and not let it affect me. Do you know what I mean? I understand, okay, all these other things in your life were not how you wanted. My father, who's a great guy now, but when I was a child was an alcoholic and all the things, She was thinking, okay, but when my kids are adults, then that will be how I want it.
True.
And I had to come to terms with all of those things, But once I did, it made everything wonderful. Yeah. And made everything easier. But it was a hard 2.5 years. I didn't know if I wanted to do music again. I really genuinely didn't. And but it's been wonderful now to see life through a different lens and to have purpose.
Doing something out of the box. I think everybody faces this problem.
Yeah.
You don't get the validation until and unless you achieve a lot.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a set example, as you said, and because you are that example.
Yeah.
Now, because you are successful and you made a life for yourself, any other brown kid in the US, if he or she is wanting to do songwriting, they at least have one example that, listen, that guy, you didn't have that example, But I had to ask you, you were in a depression for like about 2.5 years. Are you comfortable talking about that?
Yeah.
Most people find it difficult to believe that an artist who has money he can't count, who has fame, who has followers, people want to be like him, people want to be spending time with him, want to have dinners with them. How do they get into depression? And if they do, what is the best way to deal with it and get out of it?
I can tell you, for me, and also being around big stars who have had depression, it's interesting. I've bonded with a lot of my artist friends because of it. Is that, first of all, talking about it and destigmatizing it is really important. I think especially in our culture, to be able to say, hey, I went through this is so important. Talking about it is the first thing, just that takes a weight off, to be able to say and not feel judged. Because it is hard. It's hard for people to understand sometimes because, during that time, I had one of my best friends, right? He didn't know I was depressed, but he would say to me, because everything was working. And I remember I did this movie. I was a part of this movie called this.
Eurovision?
No, this was before Eurovision. I was a part of this movie, Charlie's Angels, right? I did the music for it. And we had big stars singing the songs, and it didn't work. The music didn't work. And it went, the first song went to only number 15, right? And I was just because again, self-worth and achievement got tied together. So I felt I let everyone down. I didn't understand why my children wanted to hug me because it wasn't a big hit. These things that just, it somehow got tied together. And he said to me, what are you doing? Why are you so miserable? I would love to have something that goes 15, And that made me, and he doesn't know this. He didn't know this at the time, and we spoke about after, but he didn't say that for any move. But for me, I started feeling even worse because I was like, what a shitty person I am to not, because when you're in a depression, every lens you look through is dark, right?
When this happened, how old was?
I think this was 2018, so 5 years ago.
Okay.
So yeah, 6 and 3 then.
So your 6-year-old kid told you this?
No, my 6-year-old kid was trying to hug me. My friend told me. My friend was like, why? I would kill for something that's top 15. What are you talking about? And I was like, yeah, but it just flopped. He's like, are you crazy? And for me at the time, like I said, when you're depressed, and I think a lot of people have gone through this, especially sort of high achieving people in their field, it makes you feel worse that it's a vicious cycle because you're depressed and then people will say to you, why are you depressed? You have all of this. And that makes you get more depressed because I'm so horrible a person and unappreciative and ungrateful that I can't be happy for what I have, right? And what I've learned to accept, and again, being around big stars and high achieving executives and all these kind of things, is that, especially in creatives, what drives people to be the big star and what gives us the inspiration and the creativity is, unfortunately, it's another vicious cycle. It's unfortunately the holes that we feel and the things that we're missing drive us to create, the need to express ourselves in whatever art form we are in. What drives us to that and to work and to struggle, go beyond what the average person does. What drives us to that is the same thing that is the same holes that we're trying to fill. And it's something that I think about a lot. Can you be the elite of something without having that desperation to fill that void in you? Because you're filling that void so desperately more than anyone else is because you have the void. So many, that's why you see so many big artists, so many big celebrities, they'll get depressed because they're chasing this thing. And when people say, oh, it's easy to say money isn't everything until you have money, well, you don't know it's not everything until you have money.
True.
You don't know that success isn't everything until you have success. You're chasing this thing. And then when you get there, that's the only time you learn the lesson. And what I pray is that that everyone learns the lesson before they get to that. That's why I think it's important to talk about, that people have gone through it should talk about it, because I was so lucky. I was 2 months away from my plan being fulfilled, you know? Like
exiting the whole thing.
Exiting the whole thing. But I feel like, at least that's my theory, is that creatives, we're trying to fulfill, artists that are driven to be famous and they're driven to have, because when you're driving yourself to be famous, for example, you want validation from people. Why do you want validation from people? Because you're missing something, whether it's something in your childhood. You know, for me, it was acceptance, right? From my parents or my community. I felt different because I was creative, and we all feel, everyone has their own reasons for striving for that success. I'm sure you manage so many artists, you must see that yourself, that there's always a void they're trying to fill, which is what pushes the elite to be the elite.
True.
And it's a chicken and the egg thing, right?
True.
Can you be elite? Cycle. Yeah, can you be elite without having that hole to fulfill? I don't know. I envy those that are able to just find that balance, I have friends that are like that. They're just happy. They don't have to be the biggest writer in the world or have the most hits. They can have one and be happy. Even coming back after 2.5 years, there were times where, all my friends and my industry friends that knew what was going on, and artists that I worked with were like super supportive, but they knew there might be a time he might not come back, And then after a while, friends were like, hey, I'm with this artist. Do you want to come in? You want to do it? And I told my wife at one point, I was like, I think I'm ready. Because I thought I was going to sell films. I started selling films in America and TV shows and things that are in development still. I love doing that. That was like a hobby, to develop films. And I told my wife, though, I think I want to try again, And some days were great. I remember going in with Lizzo and it was great. And then I remember a few months later, I went to LA and I flew during the Grammy Awards. It used to be for like 10 years, I would go to Grammy parties and I was one of the ones everybody was kissing their, I was like, because I was one of the biggest songwriters in the world. And I went to this Grammy party after 2 or 3 years, not seeing all the executives and all the managers and the artists. And I was like, hey, man. I was like, hey. And I went back to my hotel and I fell in had an anxiety attack. So I was like, oh shit, my career's over. They didn't even care I was gone. You know what I mean? And I remember nobody even cared, all these executives. And again, I fell in the dark, but then at least from my depression and years in therapy, I was given tools, a toolbox, right? A toolbox to get out of it. I had my panic attack, and then I remembered, oh, I've got this bag of tools here. Perspective, turn the cup to the other side, see the other perspective, and look at what's important and all these things that you've learned. Don't fall back to where you were. And I was able to pull myself out. I spoke about it. The next day I spoke to one of my good friends about it. And before I wouldn't have spoken to anyone about it. I would have just lived with it in my head, you know. So I considered the depression a blessing, you know, because another part of that time was when I felt better from my depression, my wife got cancer. So she went through cancer for a year and a half, 2 years, so during COVID. So also my kids couldn't be in the same room with her during chemotherapy because they had to go to school. You know what I mean? She didn't go through radiation, thankfully. She went through chemo and it worked, but it was a long recovery. And I look at that time and I go, well, because of my depression, I see it as the universe had to put me through that so I could have the tools to get my family through the other thing, right?
Is she fine now?
She's fine now and doing wonderful and all that.
When I was doing your research yesterday, I want to seek apologies because I am not a guy who's listened to English songs during the childhood.
Words, yeah.
So for me, you know, every name, every song is like a new thing. And I'm exposed to the English music very later on in my life. And I listen to a very few songs. But your story is so unique, you know, right from your childhood, then you talked about Jive Records, then I heard that you were trying to get in touch with Babyface.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was a teenager, Babyface, who many people don't know, in the 90s, he was an artist, but he was also the biggest songwriter in the 90s. Like, so many big songs. All my favorite songs growing up were Babyface. And I read in the gossip column in our local paper in Austin, Texas, that him and his family were vacationing or seen vacationing. And it might not even been true. It's just the gossip column. They were seen vacationing in a place called Lake Travis, which in Austin, Texas is like the lake where people, you know, vacation sometimes. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go find Babyface. So this is pre-internet. So I wrote a letter that night, a really passionate letter to Babyface. I printed 140 copies of it or something like that. And I made 100-something tapes of copies of my demo tape. So mind you, this was tape to tape. So you have to wait for the tape to finish. So I spent the whole night making demo tape, like copies of my demo tape. And while the tapes were being made, I was highlighting in the phone book. I was looking for all the rental condos around Lake Travis, and I would like highlight them. And I called 3 friends. I was, look, guys, I need your help. I need your help. I told them, look, Babyface is down. And they knew what that meant to me. They're like, okay, yeah. I was like, I need you guys to come with me. We're gonna have to knock. I got all the addresses around Lake Travis. We have to knock on all the doors. So at 6 a.m, I drove and I picked up 3 friends. We went down to Lake Travis and they helped me knock on every single door we could get to. And whatever door didn't have someone answering, we left a demo tape. And for months, I would get people calling me like, hi, I got your demo tape. Like, I don't listen to pop music, but I'm sure I'll give this a listen. You know, like, I don't know who this Babyface guy is. It was funny. And like, obviously I didn't meet, but years later, a record executive in America who was once Babyface's partner told Babyface the story. And I always, like, when I got success, I sort of avoided Babyface because I was like, ooh, I don't want to, like, you know. And so this guy told Babyface the story. So I met him one time and he was like, I heard a lot about you. And then one day when it felt like we hit the right project, it's coming out in a film that I'm a part of on Amazon in March. In March it's coming out. But we wrote a song. We finally wrote together, and I took a photo of him. I took a photo of him in our studio, and I sent it to my 3 friends who I'm still friends with. I was like, "Look, he got my letter." 20 years later.
And after that, you went to London for studies, right?
No, I didn't go to. I lived in London a little bit, just to. So I went when I signed my first publishing deal. I was
with BMG. Yeah.
With BMG when I was like, I think it was 19, almost 20.
And you got 2 years from your father to prove?
My dad, out of high school, my dad was like, look, because they were like, you're not getting in any college because your grades are too shit. She was like, so if you take community college classes. I'll let you have 2 years and you can try and do music at if you can figure it out, then I'll give you 2 years to figure out where you can live you could live at home rent free, basically. And right at the edge.
That's not something which is common in India.
Yeah. Listen, once I made my first 6-figure check, I got a bill from my dad. He sent me an invoice saying, this is how much money you owe me for those years. So they were rough on me, but luckily I got those 2 years. And at the end of those 2 years, I got the BMG deal, thankfully. I was still sending out demos and things like that. And I got really lucky. And they sent me to Sweden. So I never met other songwriter, but during that time, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, and Britney Spears were happening. It was a Swedish team that was doing that. And they were like, just go to Sweden. Because even though I wasn't working with that team at the time, they were just like, anyone in Sweden. Sweden is the hot place for pop music. So they would send me to Sweden, and then Sweden is a 2-hour flight from London where all my Masis and Masas and Fuas and Foys are there. So I would just go to London. And so I was back and forth a lot. And I thought I would study in London. I was like, maybe I should study, and like maybe I should go to college. But something kept telling me, no, you're going to do this. You're going to make it. And when I was around, I think 19 or 20, around that year or the year after, I was in London, and the BMG person said, you know what, you should meet the BMG office. And at BMG, in the BMG office, there's a record executive, he's starting to get really big as a record executive. His name is Simon Cowell. You should go meet him. So I go there, and I go to Simon Cowell's office. And do you know who Simon Cowell is?
Of course.
Yes.
In India, everybody watches Got Talent and X Factor.
Okay, there you go. So Simon, this is before any of the TV shows or anything. I walk into his office, and everyone seems like afraid of him. And I'm naive. I don't know what the heck's going on. So, and I tell Simon this story all the time. We laugh about it. But when I go into his office, there's just a cloud of smoke, and he's like smoking a cigarette, and he's like writing something, and he looks up at me. He doesn't say anything. He's writing something, and he finishes up, and he stands up, and he's got short shorts on. It was really strange, and he goes, "Hello, Savan," And from that moment, my life changed because he became an angel on my shoulder for most of my career. After that moment, he liked a lot of my songs. He didn't take any of those songs, but he was telling me that I've got these boy bands, a band called Westlife and a band called Five, and, send me songs for them. And eventually, through some producers in Sweden that were already working with him, I landed a song on Westlife. And then eventually I started talking to him and his executive, and they were like, always believed in me. They always were like so kind, and then they gave me a chance. They would send their biggest bands to me when I was a new writer. And they would cut my songs, and I would have hits with them, and it just formed this beautiful relationship which changed the course of my life. And in 2010, Simon called me, and he said, look, Savan, I want you to do the new season of X Factor with me. And I was like, oh, Simon, I just started having hits in America now with Usher, with DJ Gus Falling in Love, and Britney Spears, and I just had 2 big UK #1s that year. I was like, I love you, man, but I don't know if I want to do a TV show. He's like, Savan, trust me. Come to the auditions. So I would go fly to the auditions and, help out with those, the first rounds before it's televised, those auditions. And I'd meet people, and I already knew his team, and I loved everyone. They were friends of mine, but I was like, Simon, I don't know. He was, Savan, just spend 30 minutes. Fly to London. I'm flying you to London. Spend 30 minutes with each of the contestants that will be shown on TV. Trust me, I have a feeling you're going to want to do this. So I go to London. I'm like, I'm not going to do anything. I'll just do this to humor Simon. I owe him so much. I'm going to do it. See, contestant. Hey, they're nice kids. Contestant. In walks 5 guys who I recognized from the audition thing when they were solo artists. In walks 5 boys. And the difference is with these 5 boys, when they walked in, the energy shifted in the room. Do you know what I mean by that? When you're in presence of...
Yes.
They were just little teenage kids. But I noticed that when these 5 kids walked in, all the women who worked in the office walked in as well. Nobody cared to be around the other 30 minutes. But when these boys walked in, all the women followed them in and just stood against the wall and were just like smiling and giggly. I was like, this is different. And I'm at One Direction. And I met them, and I met an artist named Cher Lloyd, who was another one on that season. And I told Simon, I'm in. I want to do it. I want to do it with you. So I did X Factor, and we developed One Direction off of the show. And this artist Cher Lloyd, who was also great, and we had some success with her. I was put in charge of Cher, and I became a consultant for Simon's label for those years and helped steer One Direction. One day, and by then I'd had a number of hits, and I was quite successful. But one day I'm in London in a hotel, and my wife, who I just married the year before, she was on the other side of the wall, and she was just doing her hair, It's like, oh, I feel so ugly. I said, I'm in the bathroom, and I'm like, no, baby, you're beautiful. You don't know you're beautiful. It's like, I wrote that down. It's like, oh, you're beautiful, and that's what makes you beautiful. I wrote that in my phone. And I was going to go to the studio that day because the guy at the One Direction was like, when are you going to start on our record, And I had two friends of mine from Sweden who I've had a lot of success with in the past. I said, well, there's this boy band from the show. Can you do it with me? I needed producers and songwriters with me. So they came to London, and I came in the studio, and I had this title. So we were trying to crack the song, and that's what makes you beautiful. And
it's one of the most iconic songs.
And it changed my life. And I wrote that about my wife, the moment I met my wife.
Wow.
So
it feels like you had many lives in one. You had an initial career with BMG, then this One Direction. I think in the third album, when they had the world tour, you had a newborn baby. That's the time you had to come back to LA.
Yeah. So I was living for about 3 or 4 years. I was living every 2 weeks, LA and Sweden, except for the time I did X Factor. And then we did X Factor in America. I did the first season and consulted for the second season. And then I would be in America for 3 months. But I was back and forth. So, when my wife got pregnant and One Direction had exploded and all my Swedish collaborators, they were moved to LA already. I was telling my wife, we have to move to America. I'm really sorry. And she was, in the middle of her studies, which were really important to her, and she sacrificed that for me to come to America so we could be a family and I wouldn't be like absentee father. And I had my first child, and then 3 years later I had a second child. But yeah, it was an amazing, looking back, obviously at the time it was stressful and all this stuff, but looking back, it was an amazing time to be a part of something that becomes that much of a phenomenon from day one, and to see how that grew and built. It's something one of the things I'm most proud of my career, to have helped shepherd that act and project. And then also seeing what the boys are doing now as solo artists, especially Harry, it's incredible. It's the most amazing thing to have been a part of that story.
And then when you moved to LA, I think your new journey started again.
Yeah, that was sort of like the third chapter of my career.
And the most successful one, I would say.
Yeah,
it's a decade of success.
When I talk about sort of angels on my shoulder, my second shoulder, I had another angel, who slowly became an angel on my shoulder, which is one of my good friends, Max Martin, who's probably the greatest pop producer.
I think after, Paul McCartney, John Lennon, and Max Martin are
the biggest songwriters.
The biggest songwriters ever in the history of music.
And he just tied John Lennon with the most number ones. He's tied at number 2 with John Lennon for the most number 1 songs in America ever. In my Sweden days, obviously he was an icon. And eventually I worked my way up through the Swedish scene, and he would call me in, once in a while to help write, to help with some songs and sometimes with lyrics, because I was American, and kind of took me under his wing for the most part. And I would always come to him more just like I had access to this great gift of a talent and good guy. And he was always willing to help, listen to things and maybe you should change this. And he's a really good gift of knowing what to fix on a song, And I learned a lot through those years. And when I got to America, he wanted to start a camp, because he always came from sort of a camp culture. of just a group of writers and producers in the same house, and we all collaborate and help with each other. He said, will you be a part of this thing with me? And yeah, that became the new phase of my career. Luckily it was in LA, 5-minute drive from my house. You know, when One Direction sort of finished for me, like when they wanted to sort of grow from me, which at the time was hard because I was like, oh no, what are you doing? We were, you know, but they wanted their own voice and they didn't want me to be their voice, you know, which is understandable with artists eventually. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was like, gosh, I lost this. I was really sad. I was like, I'm not working with this band with like my little brothers anymore. And I was looking for artists. I was in a bad writer's block and I was looking to see what to do next. Because everyone, you know, after One Direction, everyone was throwing all their problem artists at me. You know, that, oh, we can't sort this out. Or this person
became the rainmaker.
Yeah, you become, you know, which was a great position to be in. But I had such bad writer's block for like 6 months. I didn't know. I was like, I just couldn't write anything good, you know? And then the guys I wrote What Makes You Beautiful, they were in LA and they called me and they said, hey, we're working with David Guetta. Why don't you come in and help us write something? And in that session, they were playing like a chord progression and I went behind the mic and the song One Last Time came out. And a few months after that, you know, David didn't feel it was right for his album. So it was just like the song. I was like, but this is such a great song. What do we do with it? And an A&R person at Republic Records in America named Wendy Goldstein came over to my house for a meeting. I was actually introducing her to a new writer, producer that I met, that I was signing.
For people who don't know, Republic Records is the most successful music label in the world right now.
Absolutely.
And Wendy, who was an A&R executive at that time, she is currently the number 2 in Republic Records.
She's president, yeah. She's amazing, a great person, and again, another person that helped change my life. This meeting changed my life. You know, she goes, you know, I was there, I was like, look, and a bunch of Swedes are coming as well. We're, you know, with Max Trying. She's like, well, I've got this project, Ariana Grande. Do you know her? You know, I was like, yeah, I know who she is, you know, because I was friends with people that were on her show. You know, so on the show that she was on, Victorious, I was friends with Victoria Justice and Avin Yogi, a Gujarati guy. And so I knew of Ariana. I knew she just had a sort of a hit and they were trying to figure out what to do next. And I was like, well, that sounds like something I would do. I should meet her. So we meet in a studio, me, her, and Wendy, and I play her One Last Time. And she loves it. She's like, this is it. And I had the idea of what became the song Problem. I had Problem in my head. Like, I knew like theoretically what it was. I got one less problem with that. I had that, and I had some of the verse melody, and I knew how it should sound. And I told her about it. And she was like, yeah, I love that. I love that idea. And so we booked 2 weeks. Some of the guys from Sweden came, and I told everyone what we need to do. And that album exploded. And a whole new phase of my career took off. And from Ariana, it attracted The Weeknd, which attracted like Ellie Goulding, and then we had hits with Demi Lovato again. You know, there was just like, it was an amazing time, but it was also a time where I was working nonstop, you know, and not having time for the kids, always on the phone. And it was such a blessing though, because the universe, God, you know, none of creativity is, I always say it's like, ideas are here. They all float around us. And if you can be a vessel for an idea, what a blessing that is, right? But it's not yours. It's something that's given to you. And during that period of time, God, the universe was giving them to me. You know, some of the biggest songs of my career, just in the middle of the night, boop, in my head. And I would wake up and I would have the melody and a chorus in my head. Or I'd be in the shower and then like, you know, Santa Tell Me, this big Christmas song that we have, like pops in my head.
It's like a divine energy which just...
Yeah, and I don't know what was going on with me in the universe, but I was being blessed with all these, I was fully aware it wasn't me. I was fully aware they're not mine, that it's being given to me. And there was a period of like 8 years where it was like every few days, it was like boop, 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 boop. And I had amazing collaborators, and I had Max and, you know, people like Ilya, who is one of my main collaborators, just, you know, elevating every idea I had and helping shape it and make it like great. Or one of them would have an idea and I had, you know, a way to make it great. And that's what we did. We were a collective of people that just fed off of each other, and it was an amazing time. It was amazing. Looking back, post depression, everything was amazing to have the universe just give you those gifts and tools around you.
I think it all looks like for me a destiny for you to come to India, explore the opportunity, and get this mission. If nothing of that would have happened, maybe this mission would not have got the priority.
No, it's to that point of why do things happen. I think all of that happened. All that success happened, the depression happened, the cancer happened, everything put everything in perspective and pushed me towards something else.
True.
And it pushed me, that little voice inside of me since I was 17 years old that said no brown guy is going to be on the wall of a, American Girl. That little voice that kept chewing at me and gnawing at me, everything led me to here, into this moment where it's a mission to help Indian artists get onto the world stage, to help Indian songwriters go onto the world stage, to bring collaborations, whatever needs to be done, to bring opportunity. And also, there's a way to do, like we said in the beginning, there's a way that the West does things as far as the music business, that the good stuff we can take from that and build a non-film music business here in the right way, in a way that takes care of the creators, that takes care of the artists, that also is done with the right intentions. Money, all of those things come with success after things are great. But intention is important. To have a long-running business, you have to have good intention at the core and the foundation of it. And I think it's important that as a collective community that we do that.
Aim into that. I'm sure that's going to happen. In fact, like from the industry, even if we have a billboard in New York, like Spotify does a activity where they try to put a billboard in the Times Square with Indian artists helping them promote. That's kind of a celebration for us.
Yeah.
What you have done, you make it sound so easy and comfortable. But the kind of songs you have done, the kind of artists you've worked with, the number of hits you have, I don't think not too many people in India is aware about these things. Also, more specifically, because you are not really very active on social media. You haven't done too much of PR around this.
Yeah.
And the culture which you said, where artists are made the celebrity and songwriters are kind of hidden in the whole ecosystem. I'm 100% sure when people listen to this story and they realize what you have done, especially people who are watching this podcast from India, they'll actually get to know more. I don't want to take an estimate, but the kind of content you own, the copyrights you own, might be making you millions of dollars already, and their worth might be much, much more forever, right?
Yeah.
But you still feel that void. You still felt that void. You still felt that discomfort, that need for validation. And I'm happy that finally you got out of it.
Yeah,
since we are, very number-related economy, number-driven economy, would it be comfortable for you to share that what is the maximum royalty you made from a song in your lifetime till now? Like any one song.
Gosh, I've never calculated, to be honest, I've never calculated like one song, what that's earned in its life. But I will say that in the West, if you have a big hit song, obviously you split it with your co-writers, but if you have a big hit song, you're looking at, $2-3 million. If you have a mega smash, you're looking at $5-6 million off of that
This
song.
Is lifetime royalty?
Yeah, lifetime royalty. But if you have a big one, you continuously will see, I know some of my bigger songs from the past that are still relevant today. They still earn like they'll still earn like, $70,000, $80,000, $100,000 a year consistently.
That one song?
Yeah, and then if someone uses it in a TV show all of a sudden.
The sync and other
The
things.
sync, that can be another. And sometimes it's the songs you least expect, you know? Like I have a song called Confident with Demi Lovato that when it came out, it wasn't even that big a hit. It was like a top 10 radio hit. Because in America, you care about, if you're a songwriter, you care about radio because that's where you make your money. But that song has been synced in so many commercials and so many like background of TV shows and TV promos in America. It became like one of the standard things to sync. And we were like, wow, we didn't think that song of all songs would be the one that makes so much money. And then randomly you'll get, you know, Bang Bang, my song with Ariana and Jessie J, will get a huge sync in Korea for a phone company. You know, it's just random things like that. And that's what I want to encourage songwriters here to build, and the publishing industry here can build, is that when that stuff happens, it's not just a big song that spreads around the world, it's a big song will stay. A big song will stay around the world. And of course, like I've sold catalog, a lot of my catalog during my depression days, and when I've realized, okay, they're overpaying and it's a business decision. And some people don't believe in selling their catalog, and it's just everyone has their own sort of theory on that. But I believe writers should have the choice. They should be given the choice to collect and own their copyrights and then decide what they want to do with them. And if we can create an industry here where people do that, then it's not only that the music will spread. If we create an industry where there are active publishers that know how to, not just when the song is released, but know how to take the song internationally and pitch it for TV shows and commercials and other usages of the song. It's a whole nother world for the songwriters and creators, and it adds a whole nother value to the copyright. But not only that, but to the culture behind the song.
Fantastic. And my last question on the numbers and revenue. So for example, if a song has made $100,000 in a year, what would be its approximately catalog valuation?
It depends. Nowadays, people are buying things. If it's a hit, and if it feels like it's going to be a hit, you're making more than 100,000. But like, usually, like sometimes it could be 12 to 15 times
Of your yearly.
of the last. Yeah. Sometimes it's 15 to 20 if it's a huge catalog. If it's an important catalog, like I've sold things that.
But that's a great thing about the West, that even if you're not getting money for writing the song, even if you're not getting the credits, or not too many people are knowing about it, the royalty and the ownership of copyrights, and it's monetized really well, and it can actually, one song can survive you for life.
Oh yeah, there's many people that are living off of that one hit they had in the 1980s, and they kept on it, or they sold it and they bought and they invested that money that made. So it's that part of the way the West does it, because they've created a business around copyrights, and it's valuable. It has value. So yeah, I think that's super, super important to express here. That those things can really, really have value.
So what we're speaking just now, I mean, let's get it on the camera. So Love Me Like You Do. So,
Oh, you want me to tell the story again?
yes.
Oh, so yeah, I was saying that what's funny, and I forget myself, that Love Me Like You Do was attached to the film 50 Shades of Grey. And sort of Facebook was, my sister, I think it's my mom had gotten on Facebook around that time for the first time, and my sister had posted, that my brother's new song is in this film, and it's in 50 Shades of Grey. And my parents, so they don't go to movies, they don't go out to dinner, it's not that kind of marriage. So they probably hadn't seen a movie together, them two, alone, like in a movie theater, ever. But my mom's on Facebook, and she's in one of those moments where she wants to understand what I'm doing. So she goes, oh, we should go see this movie to my dad. And my mom was super conservative about things. Like if there was kissing on TV when we were kids, like watching Beverly Hills 90210, she would change the channel. When I was 17 and a neighbor came because she was locked out of her house, and while she was waiting for her parents after school, we were sitting on the sofa together, and my mom got so angry that I was sitting with the girl alone. She slapped me across the face, very so of course my mom and my dad, before I could stop it, before I knew, they went to go see 50 Shades of Grey together. And it was not a very fun phone call after. And it reminded me of when we had this song, me and Max and Shellback had this song, If You CK Me, that was recorded by Britney Spears. And the whole joke of the song was it's F-U-C-K me, but called it If You CK Me. And it was like a funny lyric, to try and get away with saying that on American radio. And obviously became a big controversy in America. And this morning show, Good Morning America, had a whole segment, where they're talking to teenagers going like, but do you know what this is and what they're trying to say? And again, my sister innocently is saying like, oh, they're talking about Savan's song. So my mom sits and watches. And I only know this after, but I'm in Sweden at the time. And late at night, I get this phone call and my mom is like crying on the phone. And I'm like, Mom, what's going on? I thought someone died. What happened? Sunil Patel is a doctor, and my son writes a pop song about the sex. And she hung up the phone, and my dad, actually at the end of that conversation, my dad gets on the phone and said, you're being indecent, and hung up, and my mom wouldn't talk to me for like 2 months. It was a really funny time, because there was finally, she was realizing, now I was seeing like the impact of what I was doing. And when she was starting to try and understand, it was just not a good mesh,
I'm just still thinking the trauma they must have got when they watched 50 Shades of Grey.
I know, out of all movies, it had to be that one.
I think you got away with this.
It wasn't fun though. It wasn't fun.
I have a few questions which I had prepared for you. Like for an Indian artist go globally, I mean, why haven't somebody been able to crack it? What do you think is lacking now?
So I have a theory on this, and this again, when I'm going to preface what I'm about to say is that anything can happen. My theory is, if you look at the Latin market, right? Even if we go back to the early 2000s, late 90s, when in the West, Ricky Martin and Enrique Iglesias were huge, right? When they stopped working in the English market is when they stopped being Latin. In the beginning, they blew like Enrique with Bailamos and La Vida Loca, and they kept their culture's rhythms and sounds in the music. But then after a while, like American urban music started working, and then I remember, because I was friends with Enrique at the time. I love Enrique, by the way, best person on the planet. But at the time, he did this album, and it was sounding more Western. He wanted to work with American like urban producers, and I remember thinking, but isn't what makes you different than an American urban artist the fact that you bring your culture, you know what I mean? And you look at that period of time, and even Ricky Martin, he did like a album that was trying to be like R&B pop, and it didn't work. And I think Latin music learned the lesson from that if you don't stay true to your roots, that's the gift that nobody else has. That's the sound that no one else can recreate but you. And I think that, there has been like, there was the Bhangra hit, right? The Punjabi MC.
Jay Sean.
Jay Sean had one hit in America, but it was more like an R&B. And I think that was like just Lil Wayne was huge, and it was a one. There's always going to be one thing that breaks, right? But as far as like a movement, like Latin music, now there's a new Latin movement. And what they've been smart with is they haven't gone away from their sound and their culture. They haven't tried to adapt to the West. Bad Bunny is Bad Bunny. A Bad Bunny song in Latin America is a Bad Bunny song in America. The rhythms, all of these things, that's what makes it infectious to the rest of the world. And this is the superpower that India has. And I think sometimes Indian artists are trying to sound like Western artists and be the Indian version of. And my belief is that if you're not true to your roots, and especially for younger artists, the rhythms, even if you think it's traditional rhythms, dole drums, tabla, those loops, those swings, to the rest of the world, that's a unique brush you're painting with. Especially in a time where we all have every song ever created on our phone. So we don't need another version of another song we like, because we already know that song. We can just click, and it's not like before where you had to like, take another physical thing and put it in another physical thing. That's work. So you're okay, for like sound-alikes back then. But now we have to think as a culture, what is the unique thing that we bring to the world stage? It's the rhythm. Rhythm and sounds and instruments, right? There's a melody language. But I think that is the key. Sometimes the mistake that some of the genres I've seen, and this is just my opinion, they're doing great, is that they'll do like a Western act, Western sounding tracks, but singing in Hindi or singing in Punjabi but they're like Weeknd tracks. But the rest of the world already has the Weeknd. They like the Weeknd. Weeknd sings in a language they understand. So they're not looking for just another language singing on Weeknd tracks. And I think you could see it with the success of Rosalia, stuck to her Spanish, even if it was traditional Spanish rhythms, that she stuck to it. And that's what made her stand out to the rest of the world. My thesis is that once a youthful Indian artist cracks that, infuses Indian rhythms and sounds with the West, game over. No one can touch it. It doesn't sound like anything that's happening in the West. Rhythms are everything. What was great about moving to Sweden was interesting, even when I lived there before, was it's a place that doesn't speak English, right? So when you're raised in America, you think America's the world. You go to Sweden, English isn't the first language. So melody and rhythm is the language. And in Sweden, there's not many Spanish-speaking people. There's no like Mexicans in Sweden. But in the summer, when it's a sunny day, outside every store on a busy street is blasting like reggaeton or like some Latin song. They don't know what they're saying. It's the rhythm and the melody that moves them. But if it was the same Latin artist just singing on like a normal Western urban beat or just a normal guitar, that's no interest of them, right? Because then they want to hear that in their own language.
So you mean to say that you need to keep the authenticity alive?
Yeah, you said it in the short way.
Yeah. I mean, you need to have a unique style.
Yeah.
You have to be authentic, and that should appeal to the international audience.
And I think it's maybe a scary thing for local artists to say, because maybe to local artists, this feels old-fashioned, right? If I'm seeking traditional and sort of Indian sound. But I don't think it will. I think my personal thought is that will travel, and and I think that's what my bet is. The first thing to really break out of the diaspora is going to be that.
And let's assume you are coming to India and you have a mission of taking a brown artist or artist from India to the world. If I am listening to this and I'm watching this and I feel I'm the one, how do I reach out to you?
Instagram, I do look at my Instagram messages. I can't reply to everything, but I do try and listen to things. And if I love something, I'll connect to the person. I think the hungry person will find me. It's not hard because of social media and because of the internet. And now being here, I've introduced myself to the music industry here and a lot of the gatekeepers here. It's an interesting, I always think, like, we were talking about this off camera. One of the big lessons I've learned is you can't want it more than the artist. And I always want to see that if you're hungry for it and you need it and you're willing to starve for it, you're going to find a way to get to someone like me. I'm looking. It's not that I'm looking. And most people that have a mission to find talents, as you do, I know as a manager, I imagine you're always open as well for talent. So we're all looking. That's the message to everybody. We're all looking.
Surprise me.
What
is the thing, what is the way so that I connect with you but I don't disturb you? So if you tell me that, listen, when you're sending me a message, or this is what you need to send it to me for me to judge whether I'm interested or not.
Send me a link of your songs. Send me a link of the songs. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Send me a link of the songs. Music is what's going to speak to me. I always, again, my second angel on my shoulder, Max, had always taught me. He's much better at keeping that his North Star sometimes than I am, but that music is the thing. It's a great song or a great sound or a great idea, a great theory of what you want to do. That's what will win, and that's what we want to be the export of India. And I think I speak for you as well. Like you want the best thing to be what's presented to the rest of the world, because that will start a movement. You see, like, again, I started to compare it to Latin music, but I just, being an American, that's the best thing I can compare it to, is the Latin explosion on the global charts. Well, they can't, I'm going to be competitive now. They can't touch India once India gets going.
Do you think K-pop has been able to do that?
I think K-pop's done that in a really smart way, which I think India, my advice to the Indian music industry is, which I know is starting to happen, you have some quite smart people doing it now, but K-pop was smart in the sense they went after teen fan base. They represented people. There's so many Koreans and Asian people around the world who wanted someone that looked like them, that they didn't have that representation. They were very, the deals are questionable with the artists, but it's a different culture of, like, they get them really young and they put them through these intense camps and all of that. I think K-pop's done a good service to India, because I also think that historically there's been like a sex appeal problem, right? Because in the West, pop music is very much about sex appeal. Popular non-film music is about sex appeal. And like Spanish men have been like a fantasy in Western movies, right? For a long time, like and that became like, so there was like, they had sex appeal. So Ricky Martin and Enrique could go into America and they were like, ooh, the Latin fantasy. Historically, back to me being 17 years old and what the guy said to me, there's no, girl in Wisconsin putting an Indian guy on her wall. He was right back then. He wasn't wrong. I was living in Texas. I knew it. Like, that was how the West didn't see like Indian men as having sex appeal. But now, I think K-pop has helped change that, especially for the Asian diaspora, but also because you're having white teenage girls screaming for these Asian kids. And also film and TV, you're starting to see like Riz Ahmed and a few other, these great actors, come up on screen, and they're the love interest of white girls, right? So all those things subconsciously start happening. I think it's easier for Indian women who are seen as beautiful around the world, because you've had Aishwarya Rai, you have had people, but you haven't had male heartthrobs from India that are global. And I think that's slowly starting to change. And I think that's a service that K-pop actually has done for India, is that a whole area of the world where those boys weren't sort of seen as heartthrobs are now being seen that way. And I think Gen Z in the West are open to that now. So I think we can learn from K-pop, especially when it comes to feeding a youth fan base, because they're just looking for representation. And I think my thesis, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, and if there's no teenagers in the room, but anyone with teenage kids can tell me. I imagine as well a world where even a boy band or a girl band from India, of Indian youth, you see that with AUR, with that song, the Pakistani boys, 3 cute boys, and Ayushman's new act that just went #1 on Spotify, Anujan, who's great, just singing a love song that looks like the boy next door from India or Pakistan, and everyone goes nuts. So you feed that, and you're out of here. You create a new generation of music, of non-film music fans, and they'll stick with those artists, and they'll grow into the Spotify-paying customers that will then create an industry where songwriters can live and thrive, and that will level up the quality of music coming out of India, and it's a domino effect. And then India takes over the world.
I think unlike any other country, India is the only country which has many countries in one.
Yeah.
In terms of music, because you go every 100 kilometers, you have an authentic sound.
Yeah.
You have a different sound. And there are so many kinds of sounds which can be used, even if when we start, we can go for a much, much longer time.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And it's just so rich in dance and color, and these things are not things that have been seen so much by the West.
Stop copying the West.
Yeah.
Or K-pop or Latin America or anything which has worked.
Yeah.
We have to offer something unique which is true to us and which can appeal to the wider audience.
And unique and authenticity is always the way. I think about my biggest hits in my career, and they all came from even if they're like sexy songs or whatever, they all came from like a grain of truth. You know, like a grain of truth always inspired the ones that connected, because if it's even at least a grain of truth in something, that will connect. We're all humans, you know.
And what else are you thinking of doing in India? Are you comfortable or sharing, you know, your other plans in India?
Like I said, right now, this trip, this time was an education, learning from smart people like yourself, getting a feel for what's going on, how I could be of service to help move things forward. I'm going to explore publishing, look at signing artists, or being at least a bridge, creating a bridge for the artists that do have international potential from here to America. That's where I want to start, I think, which itself is a big endeavor. You know, I think that there's so much opportunity for so many things. You know, there's talent shows, formats that haven't been here yet, that I think, again, can find these stars and international artists. So there's a number of things, but I want to start with learning, because I don't want to presume anything. I have too much respect for this place, so I've come with humility to just learn and to listen. Some of my theories coming in here have been proven right, and some have been proven wrong. So I'm going to go back and think, what could I be? Because it's not about like money or bill. It's about how can I be of service to this common cause that I think a lot of us have. But I'm sit in a unique place, having what I've been able to do in the West. So it's definitely something I just care passionately about, and I want it to be done the right way.
Cool. I mean, I also wanted to ask you a few questions about, you know, the process of writing the song and your experiences.
Yeah.
Typically, what comes to you first, the melody or the lyrics? How do you work?
It's evolved and changed over the years, but I'll tell you my most sort of productive years, usually melody and a song title first. I actually collect titles. My phone is full of, I collect like, you know, because I believe universally, I believe melody is the universal language. But then one of the things I learned is that you also need like that unique title or concept or some juicy words that just stand out and maybe feel wrong, to make it a little different, so it's not too perfect and slick. So I always collect titles, and then as melodies come to me, or as melodies are given to me, I try and like quickly go through my titles. Is there something that could fit here? And usually if I know I'm working with or for an artist, I have a conversation with that artist and I take notes when we write. I don't like going in with an artist until I've gotten to know them. And so in that conversation, I do my best. It's almost like method acting, but I call it method songwriting. I do my best to understand their voice and their point of view, and I see myself, especially with artists that write, I see myself as a service provider, in meaning that my job is to help them spread their voice or their point of view, I would say, to as many people as possible, to make it as digestible to the masses as possible. And I like doing that if I have the luxury of having enough time to talk to the artist. And then I collect titles, you know, like God is a Woman, for example, was just a title I had, and one day I was alone in the room and the melody was given to me, and I have the recording of that original idea and it is what the chorus is, what it was in the original voice note. I take out my phone all the time, and it's you know, dangerous to do on airplanes, being a brown person with a beard, to take out your phone and like, I remember when I wrote Ariana, when I had the idea, the initial seed of the idea for Ariana's Problem, which ended up being Ariana's Problem, I was sitting next to this old white lady, and I was on a domestic flight in America. And it was like 2000, I think I had the idea like 2012 or 13. And, I was just like, the idea came to my head, like, what if you do like a whisper song? Like if you have a big singer and then it goes into a whisper. And so I got on my phone and it's like, this lady's like looking at me, already kind of nervous by sitting next to me. And I get my phone and I'm like, I got one, that's the problem. I have the voice note too. And you can hear it and this lady I could feel her energy getting so nervous. So I just go up and go to the bathroom. And I'm like, I was like, crap, I don't know what the verse is, but big pre-chorus. And then you go to, I got one, that's wrong with that. And then I'm in the bathroom too long and they knock on the door now because there's people like, excuse me, sir, is anything wrong? And I'm like, I step out of the bathroom and then a bit of the verse melody, that's all I had at the start until I took it to Ilya and Max. But I was like, sorry, I stepped out of the bathroom. I was like, oh, sorry, one more minute. It was not the, So I've learned to pick the place, but I also, because you never know when it's going to be given to you. And so I like doing that. Not every song starts that way because obviously there's collaborators. There'll be some also No Tears Left to Cry, for example. Max brought the start of that chorus melody and we were just trying to feel words for that. And then Ari said something. I was like, oh, that's the title, So sometimes it can be chords or a beat, or we sit down and say, okay, we want to do something in this genre for this artist, or here, us and the artist will be talking, and there's a reference, and start some, one of the collaborators starting some chords or a groove and start singing melodies over that. But I tend to feel like the best ones can come when the chorus melody comes to you like a cappella, because when you sing a song by yourself that you love, you're not singing to the music. You yourself are singing it a cappella, right? You're humming it around the house. So I feel like if it comes that way and it feels good, like with no music and nothing, then I feel like there's usually something there.
And out of all the songs you've done, which is your favorite?
Oh gosh, I don't know if I have a favorite because I don't know. I would say two that I'm really proud of in my life, but there were also two life-changing moments of songs. One is What Makes You Beautiful, because I wrote that about my wife, and it became what it became, and now my kids, it's weird that song is so relevant in their lives, in school and stuff. Teachers are playing it, or in PE while they're playing sports. It's always a part of their world, and they know that it's about their mom. So that makes me smile a lot that it hasn't left my life. It's something that is present in their life, and they're aware that this thing, and they get to tell that's actually about my mom, and they're so proud of that. So I'm really happy with that. And it's also, we actually sold, Amazon in America has bought a movie loosely called What Makes You Beautiful that I've been developing that's loosely based on the inspiration for the song. So, and I think probably one last time, again, since it was the first thing I played Ariana, and that became such an important and special relationship in my life. And then probably Santa Tell Me now, because it's just become, I don't know if it means anything here, but in the West, it's usually the third or fourth biggest Christmas song every year on global Spotify. It's 9 years ago we wrote it, and it just gets bigger every year. So that's been fun because I love Christmas.
Are you still looking forward to working with somebody who you haven't worked till now?
I'm more excited about newish artists. I've always liked helping an artist crack a code more than a superstar artist. I mean, I love doing that because it's obviously lucrative and it's fun and exciting to be a part of. But I like balancing it. So if it's an artist I think I have an idea for, that's maybe not the biggest thing in the world right now, that you can help make the biggest thing in the world, that usually excites me. But it's hard. I don't know for sure that there's anyone that I always wished to have a song with Eminem, to have written a chorus for Eminem, or there's legends out there that aren't that relevant now that if they call me up, I'd probably still say, yeah, I'll do it because that'd be fun. Like I'd love to work with Bryan Adams. I think he's amazing. Like, but yeah, I think I've been so lucky that usually as far as like the relevant pop artists, like this year I got to work with Ed Sheeran, who's always been one of my favorites.
And this is 2020, this year, 2024?
Yeah,
It's
well,
about it.
2020. Yeah, hopefully it's out this year. But like, it's just new and challenging things is what I like looking at. And artists that inspire me. If I hear something when I see them, that
And are you aware about any Indian artists? Do you listen to any Indian artists?
I'm the worst person with names, but I obviously know like Arjit Singh's voice and I go through in the Punjabi artists that are happening like AP and Karan and King, that King song that was beautiful, the one that
Jonas Brothers.
yeah, but I know the one that's just
Man Meri Jaan.
yeah, that's a beautiful song. So I listen to through Indian Spotify quite often because also obviously getting to know the market and what's working here.
Do you think about that this is an Indian artist I want to kind of work with? I would love to work with.
I'm like so intimidated by working with an Indian artist because I'm sort of like I would be excited to try, but I'm almost like very careful because I kind of like what you do. I don't know if I'll like what you do if you do it with me. I'm always afraid that I'll mess it up. I get more nervous. So if I love something, I can kind of get sometimes nervous, like to work with that person because I don't want to mess it up. Unless they're like, look, I'm stuck and I want to evolve into this other thing, or I want to like find something new to do. Then I'm like, okay, let's figure out how we can crack. But if they're like doing amazing how they're doing, like I kind of get I'm one of those people that are like, ooh, just keep going what you're doing. I want to watch because it's great, you know.
Have you listened to any Indian regional sounds which you think might be the things you're looking at?
I'm scoping some. I mean, I would love suggestions, but I've just been scoping. I'm like the worst with names and stuff, but I've been sent things from like some of the labels here that I've been listening from different regions. And I'm just listening. I'm learning and listening still, I would say.
I have some questions from the audience. Actually, we had put a post online and we had allowed people to ask questions. It's called Ask the Guest. I have some questions from there and I'll read out them for you. What's the songwriting process? The analogies about songs and future of music industry? Indian music industry and collaboration of new upcoming. I think we've spoken about all of it. The songwriting process, if you want to describe it.
I mean, I think for me, I try to remain open with the process. I think I always try and keep myself open to the universe to be giving ideas. And I'm always just prepared for like a melody comes in, record a melody on your phone, a lyric idea comes in, write it down. And then when you're with collaborators, you stay open because somebody might have a great idea that's better than yours. And, you know, the Western music is such a collaborative thing. So, which I love, actually. I like that much more than writing by myself.
Okay. Then the next is, how different is the writing process in the West as compared to India? I think you kind of explained that.
Yeah, it feels more like a collaboration thing. And we don't separate melody and lyric as much.
Everybody's a
especially
songwriter.
anymore, yeah. Everyone's considered a songwriter. And most people who do melodies, for the most part, will do lyric. And if they don't, they probably work on the track and can do melodies a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
The next one is, what do you think about Indian collabs with artists from the West like Divine or Diljit Dosanjh? Have you heard about these collabs?
I think it's great. Listen, I think anything that brings Indian artists to the West is great. Again, my thesis is as long as it stays authentic to the Indian artists and not trying to go or doesn't feel too forced. Because I think one thing that, and we spoke about this off camera, I think that as Spotify grows in India, that the Indian artists need to be cautious of is pick your collaborations very carefully, because as as Spotify grows and the numbers grow, it's eventually in the next few years going to happen where India dominates the global chart.
Yeah.
Just because of the way it's done, right? Because it's just math. If you look at like the number one song in Mexico, and on the average day is 2 times, sometimes 3 times the number one song in America. So of course it's gonna, but then the American music business will look at it and go, ooh, I can get some more streams if I collaborate with this people, because they know they're America, and they know most likely the Indian artist wants to just do anything to be attached to the West. And I think that the Indian artists, what I would say if I was a manager of record labels, patience. Do the thing when it's right and it feels right and it doesn't feel forced, like a rent-a-rapper. We say that in the US business, we call it rent-a-rapper. If you just put a rapper on your song for no reason, it's just clearly so it fits on radio better rather than it's good for the song. So I think it's important intentions are important, I think. And I think the audience will see through anything that feels too fabricated. So it needs to feel authentic. For a collaboration, it needs to feel authentic.
The next one is, how did you feel when One Direction went in different directions?
I mean, I assume they meant when they sort of separated. I think for everyone that was involved in it from the beginning, it was bittersweet. But I think, by then I was still friendly with some of the guys and Harry and, Niall and everyone. But I had sort of moved on to Ariana. So I was not as attached after those years. But it was sad. Me and some of the people at the label or people on X Factor that were part of putting it together, I remember we were on chat and sending, and talking to each other individually. And it was sad in a way, but understandable in a way. I mean, these kids, they did such an incredible job and it was so intense for them for those years. And they deserve the right to do what makes them happy. They earned that. More than anyone else that was involved in One Direction, those boys earned to do whatever makes them happy, and whatever they needed to do as a solo artist, as in TV or film, whatever they wanted to do, they earned the right to do that. And they should be proud, which I know they are, of what they achieved. And anyone that was involved, I know, is as well.
The next is, what part of Indian culture should Indian independent artists adopt from the West? What should they adopt from the West?
Oh, what part of...
See, one thing I can say to that is the royalty and the ownership for sure.
Yeah. I think maintaining ownership of the songs, again, that doesn't mean... I think the whole publishing industry needs to matter here. Fair deals, for sure. Try and own the royalties. I think if on the suit side, on the other side of the desk, if there can be maybe it's an option of, paid, buyout fee, or give the songwriter the option of, or you keep your copyright if you want. Maybe there's a middle ground there. Because until there's money to earn in publishing, I feel bad saying, hey, everyone, just keep your copyrights, because there might not be money to earn for a few years. But there won't be money to earn if people don't keep their copyrights. So, but what I have gathered by, and I hope it's okay to say, because I know there's a lot of music industry people listening to this, what I have understood now, speaking to a lot of local writers, is that they feel intimidated by asking for what they deserve regarding their rights. They feel that if they say that they want to maintain their rights, that artist or that manager will not go to them anymore for songs. A few of them have told me that they were told that as well, specifically threatened that. And I think if those people in power care about Indian music and the Indian music business, they won't do that anymore. They'll stop that, because that can't be. The most important thing, and I want to stress this, there is no music business without songs. There's no songs without people to create songs. That is a craft that needs to be learned, and there needs to be time to learn, and there needs to be an environment where people can eat and learn to and live and learn to write songs and to get better and better. You need to create that foundation. Otherwise, there's no global music business in India.
And I have my additional question to this. Is it safe to say that most songwriters in the West are educated about their rights, copyrights, publishing?
They're to a point, yeah. I mean, maybe not the details of what's the pro rata rate from Spotify.
Yeah.
But the knowing of, am I signing my publishing? How many years am I signing? Most of the basic stuff they know.
So is it fair to say that the first step for Indian artists should be to educate themselves for this?
Absolutely.
So that they can make a deal with a lot of awareness.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if that book has been translated here, but in the American music business, there's a book by a lawyer called Donald Passman. He's like a famous music business lawyer. And his book is called All You Need to Know About the Music Business. That's sort of the Bible in America. I remember during X Factor, I bought the final 10 contestants in the UK. I bought them this book, and it really pissed off the management company that was going to manage them because, no! And I was like, they have to know, you know? So if there's a way for any of your listeners to get a hold of that book, that's considered the Bible.
What's the name of the book you said?
All You Need to Know About the Music Business by Donald Passman, or by Don Passman. And that just breaks down record deals and publishing deals and what it means. And I think he's updated it for like the streaming era as well. So I think that's an important, I don't know if there's an equivalent of that in India, but knowing that since 2012, some laws have changed, the laws are basically somewhat still, or somewhat like the West.
There's some educated lawyers, publishers and other people who are helping it out. IPRS and all those people are trying to educate people. But still, as we discussed offline, you can't educate somebody who doesn't want to be educated. If artist wants to be treated fairly, it's them who has to take an effort because information is easy. On YouTube, on Google, if you type the top 5 questions, you'll get the answers. And when you try, you will have a specific question in which you can ask an expert. It's not that difficult anymore.
And I would stress to your point, because I understand that creatives, sometimes we just want to create and we don't want to deal with that stuff. But you will have to deal with it eventually. There's no such thing as someone that's so pretentious and arty that, I only care about the music. You might feel that way today, but once you've made the music and the music is out and people are listening to your music, there will be a time years from now where you're going to wish you knew about the music business part. It's boring. It feels unemotional. It feels not spiritual, but it's so crucial. It's so crucial.
True. And I forgot to ask you about that. How does the management and booking agency, this thing work in the West?
Booking agency, I would not be the person to ask since I don't deal on the artist side. But management, it's manager usually takes 15 or 20% of the artists.
Including the royalties?
Yes, I think every deal is different. If it's a superstar act, I'm sure there's different. But if you're just going to basic, they take 15, 20% of entertainment income generally. But they're also though, like, if you say the artist is like the company, the manager is the CEO of the company, if you know what I mean. And so they're running everything and making, they're the like ones that go into like the contracts and stuff in America. The managers are very, very involved in.
And generally the songwriters get signed to a publisher.
Yeah. I mean, all songwriters kind of have to be signed to a publisher in the sense of either through a co-publishing deal or through an admin deal, because you at least need someone to be collecting your royalties for you.
Singers or artists are generally signed to a record label?
Singers and artists to a record label, if they're good enough to have a record deal. They will also usually get a publishing deal if they write songs as well.
Correct.
So then those things can be totally separate. So you could be Sony Music Publishing on your publishing side, and then Universal, for example, on your artist side, and then you get Sony's publishing arm working your songs as well as the universe. You know what I mean? So I think I think Taylor, I could be wrong, but I think Taylor's with Sony. Taylor Swift, for example, is with Sony Publishing and Universal Records. So it's an advantage to have a good publisher because if you're an artist, because you want, like, it's another team of people, one, introducing you to other collaborators, which is very crucial, but also like working the song. So the song, you almost have to think each song is its own startup. And your collaborators on that song are your partners of the startup. And even just because you do the launch, your release of the song is like the launch of your startup company. You're not exploiting your company in the right way if you're not helping it live a longer life than just from the launch date, right? And the publisher can help make your copyright live a longer life. Like 5 years after it's done, your publisher could pitch it for a television show, and all of a sudden, look in the Western business right now, especially with the streaming, Netflix and Amazon, and how viral movies go. There's a great example. There's two great examples I can tell you about. One is in the West, there was a Netflix show. So Netflix had that show Stranger Things, and Stranger Things became a phenomenon. And in that show, they used the Kate Bush song, Running Up the Hill. And that song was out in the 80s. And because these kids watched that show with that song synced, which a publisher would have figured out the license to, that song, I think it went number one in America just a few years ago. It became a radio hit, number one. It had a whole new life. And it's happening right now. On Amazon, there's a film called Saltburn. And at the end of Saltburn, there's a big scene where the guy is running around, dancing around this house naked. And the song he's dancing to is Murder on the Dance Floor. I think it's like in the early 2000s, it was a big radio hit with the artist Sophie Ellis-Bextor. And it didn't leave, I don't think it did much outside the UK and Europe. And now this movie comes out years later, probably 20, 30 years later. And they use that song. The movie's very popular. And so the song became super popular and is now in the global top 50 yesterday. And it's getting American radio play 30 years later. When it was a big hit in England and a major smash in England when it came out, America never touched it. So publishers are helping do those things, and music supervisors. Or publishers at least give this song into the hands of music supervisors,
True. I'm going to ask you last few questions. We had an amazing chat. What do you think are the questions which should never be asked to a person like you?
Gossip.
Gossip
about artists, yeah.
Glad we didn't ask any one of those.
That sort of stays we always say what's said in the studio stays in the studio.
And what's the most important question you think should be asked to you, which you want to address?
Oh gosh. I don't really see myself as someone of importance to ask a question to. That's a tough question. I don't know. I guess it depends where angle you're coming from, I guess.
Aspiring musicians. One of the person watching this podcast might be the next big star. Yeah. I mean, he has that talent or she has that talent.
Okay, I'll say one thing. Persistence and perseverance for that person who's listening that wants to do this. I think you have to love it enough to starve for it, because you will starve for it. And there will be a period of time where you will starve for it, you will be on the edge. And I think most people will have those stories. Like for me, I had that my early years in Sweden. There were times I was so broke. I would take a very cheap Ryanair flight to my family in London and stay there for a month. They didn't realize it was because I was so broke I didn't have any place to live in Sweden. Or there were times where if I didn't have someone lend a hand and say, oh, my cousin has an apartment you can use for free for 2 weeks, I would have probably had to sleep on a park bench or sleep in the studio that I was using. There was those days, but there was never a moment where I said, okay, this is too hard, I'm done, because I loved it so much. So I always tell aspiring musicians and songwriters, you have to love it enough to starve for it, because you will.
True.
And the ones that get past that are the ones who love it enough to starve for it.
And what had been your most difficult decision?
I think maybe moving back to Sweden was probably the most, in hindsight,
I think it's the happiest decision as well.
It was also the happiest decision. But it was knowing in like 2019 that I was going to put a pause and that it might be hard to come back. That was a decision that I made for my happiness and my family, not for my career.
And the last question and the most important one for me is that in your journey, I mean, you started at the age of 15.
Yeah.
You're 45 now? 44?
Yeah, 45.
Yeah, 30 years 45. Of your career. You've seen everything.
Yeah.
What are the most important learnings from your life and career?
In my career, I would say focus on quality, not quantity. I would say that no one will or should care more about your career than yourself. If you put that expectation on people, you're in the wrong career. You have to be a rainmaker yourself. You have to be a fire starter. You have to figure it out, because even the people at the top, of course, it would be so easy for me to go, oh, you come in, you're going to be in the studio with me all the time and we're going to be with big artists. But that's not doing you any good, because if I get hit by a car the next day, you won't know how to do those things. I want to know that you can figure out how to get to me or how to get the music to the right people. So that would be, you have to be a rainmaker, you have to be a starter. You can't expect anyone to care more about your career than yourself. Because you'll never find that person, by the way. You'll never be successful finding that person. And you'll always be disappointed in people if that's what you expect. That's a mistake I see all the time. Like, oh, I signed to that person. It was, it's like, but why did you expect that person to care more about your career than you? You just sat back. Just because you signed a publishing deal or a record deal. All that means is that you're up to bat. You're able to play in the big leagues. It doesn't mean that you're gonna score a point.
True.
It's you who has to still, it just says, we're gonna put you on the playing field. That's all that means. You still have to drive it. You still have to do everything. And then in life, I would say, achievement and self-worth should never be connected.
That's deep. Oh, true.
So yeah, I guess that would be my answer.
Thank you, Savan. I don't think it felt like we're meeting for the first time.
Yeah, no.
It seems strange that we chatted day before yesterday. I didn't even chat. I just sent you an email. I chatted with Matthias. And here we are.
Yeah.
We did 3 podcasts today. So 1.5 podcast before, then half in between. And then one, the real one, which we shot.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for giving so much of insight. I'm sure anybody who's watching this or listening to this will get a lot of insights. We'll get a lot of learning, a lot of experiences. And thank you so much for being so wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. This was great. Thanks, guys. Thank you, guys.